welcome to episode number 68 of The Nonsense Review. I'm your host, as always, Devon, and joining me equally as always is Rick.
Hello, everybody.
Today we're going to watch The Great North because we feel like doing something short after last week's literal movie.
Yes. Yeah, last week was a bit of a impromptu thing, and, enjoyed it. I think we all enjoyed it. If you watched the full video, I hope you enjoyed it too.
But yes, those of you who have watched the podcast before, you know what we like to do is before we jump into our review, we like to briefly touch upon what we've done in the week and what's happened in the wide world. So to that end, Rick, how's your week been, buddy?
On the personal side, I've been watching a lot of Carl Pilkington compilations. So, yeah, I think I've seen pretty much all of these before, but just having it on in the background as background noise with Gervais and Merchant just laughing at the guy and sometimes getting mad at him. It's rather entertaining. The other thing is I started watching a thing called This Healer is a Pain in the Ass, or I think it's actually translated as Don't Hurt Me Healer. And yeah, there's a healer in an RPG party who is literally the worst. And it's fun so far, but I've only watched like 2 episodes so far, so we'll see how that goes.
I don't know about you, Rick, but I'm getting annoyed about the way they name anime these days.
Oh, when they give you like a fucking paragraph for the title.
Yeah, it sucks.
Man, I think Watamote was the first one that was colossally long. But like the reason that they have to shorten these is because, the entire title is a paragraph. But out in the wide world, the Morbius memes have reached such a fever pitch.
We're a week out of date on this one, but go on.
Yep. That Sony has re-released the Morbius movie just for it to bomb again.
Yeah, because literally there was an effort by all the people memeing going, yeah, these memes are funny, guys, but don't give Sony the satisfaction.
So I'm gonna morb is now a thing that gets said in YouTube chat all the time for some reason. The Last of Us 1 is releasing for the 3rd time.
Why?
Because apparently it was on the PS4, it was on the PS3 and then the PS4, and now the PS5 is without a Last of Us. So rather than make a new one, they're re-releasing the first one as I don't know whether it's a remake or a remaster, but apparently things have got new models, so it's more of what a remaster should be than what remasters end up being usually.
Okay.
So it's joining the GTA and Skyrim gang of 3 console generations for one game.
I don't think anything gets to be as blasted as Skyrim gets blasted, because that releases on everything, plus multiple times on the same thing.
Yes. Every time there's a new Skyrim, it's on the PC as well.
Yeah.
The XCOM game Midnight Suns has now got a release date of September the 7th of October.
I fully expect that to get delayed.
Yeah, and there's going to be a Switch version later. Diablo Immortal launched, and it cost $80,000 to max out a character. Which, Gacha's gonna catch. And the last one, which is a bit more fun, 3 Hopes demo is allegedly live now and lets you carry data into the full game when it launches later this month.
Yeah, I don't like Dynasty Warriors clones, because no one can do it as good as Dynasty Warriors, who also does it poorly nowadays.
Yeah, true. But, I'm a sucker for the Nintendo Musos, so I'm gonna be going all in on this. I went all in on the previous Fire Emblem Warriors, despite thinking, I'll skip it. And that's it from me. How about you? How's your week been?
I got a delivery yesterday, which means I do have at least one thing to talk about. I bought a new box of Digimon TCG cards.
Ah!
Yeah, I got a few good things that I was interested in, or was hoping I would get, so pretty good, including Ophanimon Fury Mode, which I had no idea was a thing, but it looks cool, so fuck it.
Yep, I had to pass it in my head, because...
Yeah, because you thought dirty things, gotcha.
Yeah, I heard it differently, yeah.
But basically the mega form of Gatomon, but an additional mode. Like, I've never seen this Digimon before, but it looks cool, don't care, it looks awesome. I also got Magnamon and Flamedramon, which were 2 I was really hoping to get. So, I got the Armor Evolutions for Vmon, which are cool, they look good.
Yes, they are.
I've managed to fill up an entire folder now with Digimon cards. I'm working on my second. With the way these release, it certainly does feel more fun. I don't know, it feels like you get more for your money compared to Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, I suppose.
That's not to shit on Magic the Gathering, it's just whenever Magic the Gathering releases a new set of cards, there are hundreds.
Oh yes, definitely. Like, the basic set of an MTG set is normally about 165 cards.
Yeah, because you need at least 30 for each colour.
Oh yeah, because the colours have colour identity, and you need to fill that out.
Yeah, because you need to have a deck. You need variety for people to have different decks and different different themes and this and that, you know? And it's something that all trading card games need. It's just because of the system Magic the Gathering uses, it's more of an obvious split, and it's like we need 40 of this type and 40 of this type and this and that, you know?
Yeah, it's even more obvious when they have a tighter theme, like, okay, this is the set with guilds, and the ones we're releasing today are green black, black blue, and blue white. So you got a really lopsided mini set there.
Yeah, looking at you, Ravnica.
Yep.
But yeah, that's fun. We've got a mutual friend of ours who says that the next 2 releases of Digimon TCG are pretty much happening over the next 2 months because they're in a massive rush to catch up the Western audience with the Japanese.
That's actually reasonable.
Yeah. It's popular. It's surprisingly popular.
Yeah.
But yes, moving on to world news. We've got a few things to talk about. Some good, some not so good. Mostly not so good, actually, now that I'm looking at it. But yeah, let's do this as a sandwich.
Sure.
First things first, what happened this last week, Rick? We had the Royal Jubilee.
Yeah, we did.
Me and you don't give a fuck about it. In fact, I'm pretty sure we're both on record as fucking hating the Royals.
Like, the family likes it, and I just quietly said nothing. They've made, like, some homemade decorations. There's some, like, Perspex Union Jacks that are stuck to the window that make a colourful Union Jack on the floor when the sun shines through it.
Fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Queen and the royal family get a massive party on the taxpayer's dime for no reason, really. The Queen has been alive for X amount of years and been in charge for that amount of time. Fucking whoopee-doo, get rid of them.
And she didn't even go!
Yeah, well, I don't feel well. It's like, oh, yeah, the Queen, she works fucking hard, doesn't she? I will give a shout out to that one Liverpool pub and their decorations. I can't remember if I shared this with you or not, Rick, but they had giant Union Jack flag with Prince Andrew's face on and just the words nonce written underneath it.
Yep.
Because fuck the royal family in every fucking regard. And don't think I'm not giving Harry shit just because he's fucked off. He was still just as bad.
Yeah.
We'll not dwell on that any longer, lest we cross the line into treason. Street Fighter 6 got some leaks.
Yeah, I've not seen a lot about this, so please enlighten me.
Well, I gotta be honest with you, overall, I'm not very happy with them.
Oh, okay.
Mostly because, well, not mostly, entirely because I really don't like what they've done to Ken.
Oh.
Ken's storyline, apparently, is, Ryu, the wife's gone and she took the kids.
Oh, that doesn't sound like Ken.
No, I know, right? Because one of Ken's big deals is he's low-key actually been better than Ryu because he's just had a much more carefree life. Like, moving on and having a family, whereas Ryu has dedicated himself solely to martial arts. It was one of the more interesting parts of the lore.
Yeah.
But now it's like, apparently, I think I read somewhere, and could entirely be false, but the design leaks make it look like Ken has not had a good time. Where apparently Ken decided to go on his own martial arts training trip to match Ryu, and then when he came back, his wife had just fucked off. So that's depressing.
So what, we're gonna get Fat Thor Ken?
He's not fat. He looks like a hobo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hobo Ken. Hobo Ken.
But yes, the only other leak I've seen is they've changed Cammy's costume, and a bunch of nerds are being fucking retarded about it.
Oh, is she not showing 105% of her legs anymore?
Well, she looks better.
Okay.
She looks like a bit like a punk in the ways that she dresses. That might not be entirely accurate because I'm very poor at describing things, but I'll send you an image later. She looks good. She's just not wearing the fat fucking yoga pants no more, showing off her thighs.
Okay.
And, you know, a bunch of sweaty nerds are like, my Street Fighter porn.
Right, what already exists is still out there. Just go back to the past, my dudes.
Yeah. Like, we've had Street Fighter 5 for what feels like 10 fucking years.
Yeah, we have.
But yeah, the very last thing I want to talk about, and we're probably not going to dwell too long on this, but it's important to point out, I believe it was Cartoon Network did a boo-boo.
Oh?
They released a tweet saying that they don't market towards women because women always grow out of cartoons.
Ha!
Which means if you are a young lady who is perhaps eyeing up a career in animation or, hell, just likes cartoons, because a lot of us are out there who like cartoons, fuck you, it's not for you, is basically what Cartoon Network said.
Yeah. Well, they also have access to the demographic stuff, so what they're saying might actually be true, but it's not the correct thing to do to say it.
It's also not true. It's statistics are bullshit all the time. Statistically, every person in the world has one tit and one bollock.
Yeah.
Except we know that's not true. Statistics just don't translate very well. Also, if the work environment is more geared towards men, of course women aren't going to be as attracted. They may even be, I don't know, blocked out from joining in the first place.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's incredibly, I don't know what the right word is. I'm going to go with ignorant to assume that because the numbers don't add up, oh, well, fuck it, they're clearly not interested, so let's not do things for them. Let's not encourage them to join this particular workforce. I mean, for fuck's sake, my favourite cartoon at the moment was, you know, headed up by a woman.
Yes.
It's just complete bollocks.
But the other problem is the number that are headed up by women is just vanishingly small. Like, it's conspicuous when you get a good cartoon that you enjoy, you love the fuck out of it. And what I can think of, She-Ra, although the creator has now transitioned into a gender fluid persona. We've got Steven Universe.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Owl House.
I was going to say Steven Universe, motherfucker. We're doing it for non-stop.
Yep. Here we are.
It just grinds my gears.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Like, felt like it would have been negligent not to mention that Cartoon Network are being dicks, especially in this day and age. Now that Netflix has gotten rid of their animation department, meaning that Cartoon Network and Disney are your two big best bets.
Yeah, and as far as I'm aware, there's no Cartoon Network Plus. So
no.
Oh, that's another thing. Paramount is apparently going to be opening their Plus channel in the UK soon. So to do that, they're now pulling everything that they own from every other streaming channel, including like Star Trek.
That's really weird because Netflix owns Discovery.
Yeah.
But then again, Netflix kind of owned the Disney stuff until Disney went, we want it back. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I bet Paramount's really fucking butthurt that they didn't get their deal with South Park.
Yeah.
Yeah, as we said earlier on, today we're doing The Great North. I've never watched this. I'm vaguely aware because of Rick that it's an offshoot of Brickleberry, which, it was okay.
Now, the Brickleberry one is Paradise PD. This one is the offshoot of Bob's Burgers to a degree.
Okay. Well, it might be okay then. Cause Brickleberry had some good jokes, but the animation was not good.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll throw it over to Rick, who has, I assume, seen this before.
This particular episode, no.
Weird.
I think I've told you in the past. So, this is the only episode of The Great North that I never watched. It's Season 1, Episode 1, Sexy Moose Adventure, available on Disney+. If you want to join us, it's 3, 2, 1, and go.
And again, it's on Star, so you need to be an adult, because that's how that works, apparently.
Yeah, so apparently what it was it was on like the Hulu side because it's Fox.
Right.
So when it's airing, it airs on Fox.
Okay. Also, important to note that sexy is spelt with an I.
Yes.
Just as an aside, I've watched almost all of the Solar Opposites now.
Okay.
And they make a lot of jokes about Hulu, which now make no sense.
Yeah. I also noticed that.
Yeah, that's fair. Man, could you imagine getting all that shit done before 5 a.m?
No, I'm not a morning person. I'm not an outside person.
Children should not drink coffee.
Yeah, 10-year-olds should not drink coffee, and especially ones that are still in their onesie phase.
Yeah, coffee helps you shit. But then again, I don't know if onesies have a flap.
Oh, no. There we go. On topic.
Oh, I know that voice. That's fucking, what's his name from Parks and Rec, innit?
Yeah, Nick Offerman.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're... Oh, jean jackets, okay. But yeah, they're really pushing the inclusivity angle.
Are they?
Because not only have they got a Brokeback Mountain themed wedding idea, but also Ham, the one on the right, is gay. But he keeps forgetting that he's come out.
Ham, the teenager?
Yeah, the teenager on the right.
Okay. That would be awful. What a horrible thing to do to someone. Man, I think every kid sort of thinks that, don't they?
Yeah. I think getting to high school was the big one, wasn't it?
Oh, I can't remember. I'm just saying, I assume everybody, thought, oh, when I'm 16, I'll be an adult and everything will be better. And you realise, oh no, life just gets much worse.
Yeah. It's for same for everything. So, hitting 10, hitting 13, hitting 16 and 18, and then you kind of realise that this is not happening when you get towards 20.
So is that dead mother or just imaginary friend?
Is Alanis Morissette the singer?
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, she's a singer. Canadian, I believe.
It makes sense if they're in the Great North.
But yeah, these guys are in not Canada. These guys are in Alaska, and I think Alanis Morissette is Canadian.
Alaska is basically Canada.
Yeah, it's West Canada. Yeah. But yeah, I think she talks to the ghost, probably an imaginary friend.
Right. Well, yeah, if it's meant to be a real person, of course it fucking ain't the real person, is it?
Yeah, I know, right? Because the actual mother is fucked off because she's a piece of shit.
Oh, that sucks.
Although, I actually find it rather refreshing that the mother has gone because she's a piece of shit rather than just having died.
Yeah, true.
Because when someone's died, there's always this wistful side to it that you can never really get over.
I guess.
Like, she's still out in the world.
Yeah, but three kids, two of them basically... four kids, and two of them basically being adults. That's a weird time to decide, fuck this, I'm out.
It's good innings, yeah. I think the youngest one is pretty much... Not only the last one, but she left before the youngest was born, came back for 5 minutes, dropped him off, and then left again.
That's even more fucked.
Yep.
That's a rather caveman outlook at the world.
It is.
Oh, she does look like a trailer park trash, shall we say?
Yeah. She's a wild child who got taller and didn't grow up.
Moose are incredibly dangerous.
Yes, they are. Sex and balloons in his antlers.
I still find it bizarre that killer whales are natural predators of the moose.
I did not know that.
Because moose oftentimes have to swim to get to places, orcas can do actually regularly feast on them.
That's actually pretty cool.
It's fucked. I can't believe it's true. And then when the first time someone said that to me, I was like, bullshit.
I know that dolphins and orcas in captivity will use fish that they have been given for food as bait to catch birds.
Sure, I guess. They're smart enough.
Yeah, totally.
I just can't imagine. I guess that would be the desire to have some variety.
Yeah. They're smart enough, they're bored enough. They've definitely got the time.
I think I've gone on record many a time that I don't believe in zoos. That kind of extends to aquariums. But that's a bit of a vast, a bit of an overgeneralization. I think aquariums with fish, fine. Aquariums with mammals, less fine. That's sad, man.
It is. So yeah, they're still pushing the angle that she's dead to the two teens.
Boy, we're used to those, aren't we?
Yes.
So for those of you who don't know, before we start the podcast, there's always about 5 minutes of preamble where we're just talking about random bollocks before going, alright, we should probably start.
Yeah. And you're regularly not missing anything because it's usually something that's just actually personal.
Sometimes we talk about potatoes quite often.
We do.
Wow. That's kind of genius. Fucked up, but clever.
Yeah, so you could say it without, failing a lie detector, which also don't really kind of work.
Okay, so the kids at all times know that he's lying. They just play along because they don't want him to get upset.
Yeah, they play along for his pride.
Guest house is probably only like a few feet away, right?
Yeah, it's on the premises.
That's dumb. I ain't being rude though. Like, as a parent, do you not think, your son who is just recently married might want to not be under the same roof as you for a while?
Yeah, like, being on the premises is perfect for someone as clingy as Beef.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's that made me uncomfortable. Not gonna lie. Wow, he really flip flops, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's normally a kind of upbeat, sincere guy, but he's also very down to earth with things that are going to go wrong in the world.
Hmm. Wow. You're 16 and he's clearly much older.
No, she's just short.
Really?
Yeah. He's basically the focus of like the second episode,
Oh, fun.
and he ends up the official teenage boyfriend.
Oh, he's got a thing for her, has he?
Only a little bit.
Only a little bit. That's outrageous. Oh, that's uncomfortable. This is the weirdest old person flirting ever. Ricky's still there?
Yeah. Well, it was just a lot of old people flirting right now.
Subtle. That took a turn.
Yeah, a little. Oh, his little voice cracking. I think everyone's done that at some point. Walked into an open glass door.
Yeah, not so much while in a stupor, though.
Yep.
I do like the consistency of the plant being in the car.
Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't. It seems he doesn't believe in indoor plants.
To be fair, crab is probably the first thing I'd think of if someone said, name a crustacean.
Yeah. Prawn. It's the fucking Sideshow Bob Rake thing all over again.
A little bit. That cake is hideous.
It is. It looks so much like the late 80s.
Yeah, it looks like an old skate ring floor.
Yeah, yeah.
That is a good joke if it happens once an episode.
Yeah. One of the more recent ones is addressing one of the reasons why he might be keep coming out all the time, and it's because there wasn't a dramatic reaction, because everyone just loves and accepts him.
Yeah, we're in that generation where that happens more often than not now. Depending where you are geographically.
And that's for the best, when it happens that way. Like, there's no two ways about that. And it just sucks that it's not 100% of the time, you know?
Yeah.
New grandma.
Tupperware parties, as far as I'm aware, are elaborate scams to sell you things.
Yes. Tupperwares, indeed.
I assume he's gone out to hunt that moose.
Most likely. And while wearing tennis rackets as snowshoes.
Isn't that actually a real issue in that someone who's just hiking might go, oh shit, someone's in trouble?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, that's why it's called that. I've never had a broken foot, but I imagine it's a motherfucker.
Yeah. I've also not had one, but I have had a sprained ankle, which is nowhere near as bad, but still. Oh.
Here's the problem, right? Again, oh fuck, that's stupid.
Yeah,
if she fires up a flare now, are people not just going to assume that it's the other kid being a dick?
Yeah.
Fur bikini seems very not attractive.
You say that, but, some people have seen, 6 million years BC and want to get in on the action.
Nah, I just feel like bikini's an extra step you don't need.
True.
Like, if you're into that 6 million BC stuff, just get a girl who doesn't mind being hairy.
That was another Carl Pilkington one. That he saw a lady who, in his words, she might as well have been still wearing trunks.
Okay. Dub version. Wow, okay, me and Beef gonna have an argument.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, he wants heaven to be someone in their best form and not the way that they went out. So, Beef is on the Hayden Christensen side of Anakin's ghost. Whereas Judy is on the side of, I forget the guy's name who got edited out of the re-releases.
Well, you could also just say Kenobi.
Well, true, but Kenobi hasn't been re-edited since.
But Kenobi was old man, not in his prime Kenobi ghost.
Sure, yeah.
Same with Yoda, really.
I mean, yeah, but Yoda's looked like that for hundreds of years.
But you should have many flares still available. Just shoot it with one of those.
Yeah, they've got at least 3 for every single person.
What are the other graves for?
I don't know. I assume pets.
So Grandma's gonna be there.
Yeah, Grandma's gonna be there, and other Grandma, most likely.
Like, actual just a cunt.
Yes.
See, I wouldn't wish them happiness. I'd wish them all the misery.
Yeah. I don't think he's got much of a mean bone in his body.
I don't think I have a mean bone in my body, but if someone cheated on me and ran off with another man, I'd have some hate.
Yeah.
At least. Like, I'm not a saint. No one's that saintly. Now, if someone I was with was like, there's no spark here anymore, left, and then went off with another person, that's a different story. It's the act of the cheating part that would fuck me off, you know?
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong,
absolutely.
I wouldn't be happy, but I'd be able to live with it, if you get me.
Yeah, I've never liked cheaters, basically.
It's just so easy to avoid.
Yeah. Man, I remember a post on Imgur of a lady who was saying, I just found my own boyfriend on Tinder. Can't anybody be loyal these days?
What are you doing on Tinder, bitch?
Yeah, the second response was, stop asking me why I was also on Tinder. This isn't about that.
Yeah. It's like a more fucked up version of Alpha Node's drowning behind you.
Yeah, this isn't about him. Yeah.
Which is even funnier, because technically Alpha Node can't drown.
No, he just can't swim.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just so baffling. One of my favourite ones is there's a Tumblr post of, God damn it, I love cheating. Cheating's the best thing ever. Followed about an hour later by, oh, God damn it, I forgot cheating meant another thing. I meant academically. Academically, cheating is the best thing ever and you should always do it.
Yeah. But yeah, so that was the first episode of The Great North.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to watch any more of this. Bob's Burgers, it ain't.
This is true. Like, Bob's Burgers has the thing where they show a family whose main gimmick, other than having the burger restaurant, deep down, the gimmick is that they're poor, which is something that the other cartoon sitcoms seem to have just forgotten or started to ignore completely. Like The Simpsons had it in early seasons, and as soon as Homer started becoming the main character and things got more and more wacky, they started ignoring it because they could just make shitty one-off shows.
Yeah, Simpsons really is the perfect example of that, but it's one of those where the type of lifestyle they're trying to demonstrate in this, you can't really be poor.
True.
You know? You might not be financially sound, but the idea is where you make do, you hunt for your food, you do this, you fish, you blah, 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 but they seem to be more rich wilderness folk rather than scraping by wilderness folk.
Yeah, they're I'd say not quite entrepreneurs, but old money explorers.
Sure. I mean, the episode's over now, and we've kind of already touched on it, but any more thoughts on the episode?
It was a decent episode to see because whenever I've watched it, everyone's already know that the mother is gone and that she was a piece of shit. So it was good to see that they actually touched on it in the show properly and showed Beef's character growth from denial for the sake of the family, which was kind of self-indulgent and mostly for himself, to just accepting that not only does everyone know about it, but they don't hold him responsible.
Why would you ever hold him responsible?
Like, nobody would, but it's internalized, you know?
I guess, but I just hate that sort of shit in a character, because that's just being an idiot.
Yeah, exactly. But, you know, emotions play with logic. But yeah, what did you think?
Yeah, it's not enough to get me hooked. I'm really not that interested. The characters seem fine enough, but it's standard sitcom fare.
Sure.
You know, I don't want to be too negative, but, you know, it didn't strike with me, and apparently it didn't strike with too many other people. It's only got 2 seasons.
Season 3 is currently underway.
Oh, okay, well, fair enough then. But yeah, we'll wind down with our usual closing statements, and that is, Rick, first off, first things first. That sounded weird, but fuck it. Favourite moment?
Probably Moon going, "Told you I could ride a moose." right near the end, when he'd retrieved the bikini bra from the moose. I just found it funny. But yeah, how about you? What was your favourite moment?
Yeah, the annoying part is I agree with you. It's the only moment that I remember.
Yeah.
But yes, we can't only talk about the good. We should also drill a little bit on the negative. So to that end, Rick, weakest link for me.
I think my actual weakest link is that, having seen more of it, I don't think the first episode was a great introduction to most of the characters. Like, you got something about all of them, but not enough of it to make many of them memorable, apart from maybe Beef and to a slight degree Judy.
I mean, this is the only episode of this show that I've seen, and Beef is the only character who I remember because he was the focal point of the episode.
Yeah. So yeah, that's probably my weakest link of this. How about you?
I don't know. Like, there wasn't anything inherently wrong with it. It's just it wasn't for me, and I'm gonna have to abstain from the question because anything I say is just going to be negative for no real reason.
Sure.
So we come to our closing question, the most important one of all, always is, always will be. Rick, MVP.
Well, it wouldn't have been an episode without Beef. Like, his character arc and development was the focus and point of the episode, so I think we've got to give it to him. And not only that, he's holding this family together. So yeah, how about you? Who was your MVP?
Yeah, I might not eat beef anymore, but Beef was the best part of this episode.
Yep. With a slight minor nod to Nick Offerman also giving him a very good performance.
I guess it's really weird ever giving Nick Offerman credit, because his signature voice is just bland and unemotional, you know?
Yep. Yeah. All of his voice acting is himself.
Although I have seen him break character and laugh, and he has the highest pitch, childish laugh I've ever seen. It doesn't match him.
Yeah, he chuckles. It's great.
It's adorable.
You know, he talks like this and then goes with a...
It's so funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was The Great North. I'm sorry on a personal level that I wasn't a bit more high on it, but you know, we're not always going to watch things that are 10 out of 10 knockouts. But yes, it's the end of the episode. You know the drill by now, guys, but for those of you who are new, if you liked what you saw, we've got the comment section down below on YouTube. You can let us know what you liked, what you disliked, perhaps even suggestions for future episodes. If you're not watching via YouTube, but instead listening via one of our many audio platforms, you can instead send us an email. Where did send said email to, Rick?
nonsensereviewuk@gmail.com. Once again, that is nonsensereviewuk@gmail.com.
And as ever, thank you for joining us for another episode of Nonsense Review. Keep yourselves safe and keep yourselves happy, guys. We'll see y'all again next week.
Bye!